Hello and welcome to episode 43 of the Your Way podcast. So, last time I talked about whether or not this would be the end of an era, as in, was I going to change the name of the podcast? So, on the 6th of February, we went away to the sea for a couple of nights for Nat's birthday. And I was ruminating on this question whilst having something on YouTube in the background. And as I was sort of checking in and sort of consulting my guides and asking for guidance about what I should change the podcast to, the YouTube videos talked about something, and then said, Your Way. And it was so clear. And I was like, okay, well, that answers that then. So the Your Way podcast is continuing for the foreseeable, but you can expect it to be slightly more witchy, slightly more magical, slightly more spiritual. So what I want to talk you through today is the birth of the wealthy witch and the magic that is you. And these are two new offers that I've got. The wealthy witch is an 18-week one-on-one and hybrid mastermind. The magic of you is a free workshop. This is not going to be a big sales pitch. It's just more of a like, why am I doing this? Like, why has this happened? How has this happened? Why is this important to me? And why is it important for me to start talking about the witchy stuff, right? So if I start there, why is it important for me to talk about the witchy stuff? For me, having gone on this now 6.5 year kind of personal development journey, what I recognize is all of it really has just been a great returning back to who I really am, the natural place, recognizing my innate gifts. And in that process, I recognize that part of the natural place is this deep spiritual connection. It is a connection to the world around us. It is a connection to spirit. It is a connection to nature. And as part of that, most of us also then experience a deeper intuition, maybe kind of like psychic gifts, downloads, connection to spirit. Like it varies, right? I've got clients or people who've contacted me who see spirits, who receive downloads, who see other things. Now, that's not something that I experience at this time. But for me, it's important to talk about because it really is a returning to our natural place. And at the moment, we live in a time where it's seen as weird or wrong. And so the people who have actually done the work and are back in their natural place, a lot of them are hiding this stuff because we live in a society where it's not deemed acceptable or okay. Like it scares people. And so I see part of my work to just normalize this stuff, normalize it, bring it into the mainstream, and make it less of a taboo thing because we are at a point in time in humanity where more of us are awakening, right? And that might be through burnout, through grief, through loss, but something happens and it kind of jolts us out of our comas that we've been living in. I can't think of a nice way of putting it. And we kind of wake up to ourselves, to our bodies, to the truth of the world that we live in. And it's happening more and more often. And I don't want people to be in this place of like, well, where the hell do I go? Like, I feel completely alone in this, right? Because the journey can feel very lonely. Ask me how I know. So I'm here to normalize. So, what I want to share, and I haven't written this, what I want to share with you is a post by someone called the Hormone Goddess. And I'm getting this off Instagram. And I'm not going to read the whole thing because it's quite long. But she did a post called Why We Need to Reclaim the Witch. Okay. And here is some of what she said. We've been lied to. When you whisper the word witch, what does it conjure? Perhaps it conjures the classic Disney villain, or perhaps it conjures terrified and fearful women fighting for their lives during the witch trials. Whatever the term brings to mind, many of us have negative experiences attached to the witch somewhere. And yet we've all been lied to because women all have the witch etched into their heritage, their stories, their bones. And actually, I just want to interject at this point and say, and men too, right? The place of the witch, whilst it might be seen as more feminine, men can also 100% be witches. So when I'm talking about this stuff, I am not talking, this is not gender specific as far as I'm concerned. From the energy workers to the mothers, the doctors, the midwives, the gardeners, the yoga teachers, the women working with the moon or their menstrual cycle, we all have a witch living inside us. The witch is inherently feminine, and she isn't what we've been led to believe. For a long time, the patriarchy has cast a spell over us. I'm still reading this lady's post now, by the way. They taught us that to be a witch, to speak our truth, to live as our authentic selves was to risk our lives. They made us fear our roots. They made us fear our own bodies, our cycles. They made us scared to be our powerful, wise, and natural selves. Scared of our own sacred magic, our ability to create, to manifest, to speak our truth. The word witch shouldn't be laden with poison. It shouldn't conjure negative images. It shouldn't be taken from the feminine. A true witch is inherently powerful. And this is the key bit for me, right? She is simply a woman stepping into her inner magic and power. And really, that is all women. And all men too, right? I'm adding that bit. We need to reclaim the witch because her story is our story. It is etched into our ancestry and our journeys, our fabric of being. As women, we all carry the witch wound deep within us. These fears never really left us. The traumas are still there, imprinted for generations, until we take the power back. Remember that you are stronger than you know. Slowly but surely, we need to free ourselves from the shackles. We need to listen to our truest selves, and we need to recognize the word witch as a compliment, not an insult. Okay, so I didn't read it verbatim, like I skipped the odd sentence. But that for me summarizes so well the concept of the witch. And one of the questions that I have had the most, right, in the 6.5 years that I've been doing this work is this question of, Louise, I don't want to keep doing what I'm doing anymore. Like, I know I'm not in the right job. I'm not really sure what it is that I'm meant to be doing, but I can't really figure out what it is that I want to do instead. Like, can you help me? And they want this, like, it's almost like they want to go into a book of like, here's all the professions and we'll do this test and then we'll see what comes out, right? But what if the reason it doesn't feel right and the reason why there doesn't feel like an easy, obvious other solution is because you didn't come here to be a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, or an accountant, right? The 4 choices handed down by parents the world over. Maybe you came here to be a healer. Maybe you came here to awaken people to their truth. Maybe you came here to be a rebel, a disruptor. Maybe you came here at this point in time, at this point of time in humanity, as our consciousness is elevating, to be a part of that process. And maybe your past burnout, your past experiences, your past hardship, your childhood trauma, maybe all of it has been preparing you for your mission, right? And if this is resonating, then your step 1 needs to be to go to the description in the show notes and go and work through my free workshop, The Magic of You and What You Came Here to Do. Because I really, really want to empower you to feel equipped to really identify, well, what is it that I'm here to do? If I step out of this teeny tiny box that society's told me that I need to fit into and feel safe to be all of me, all of who I am, to own my gifts, to own my magic, what does that look like? Right? Now, you don't have to do anything with the results of the workshop. But if it's pulling you in, maybe give it a go. See what happens, see what comes up. So the workshop itself is in 3 different phases. I talk a bit about my own changes first, and then we've got 3 different phases. We've got a journaling exercise so that you can see how everything in your past has been preparing you and leading you to now. Sometimes we look to the past and we like, it's like, it was so hard, there was this, there was that, the other. Actually, when we can alchemize those past experiences and see how they sort of bring us to here, I mean, that in and of itself is incredibly healing, but it can open up a door. Then we will go through, or you will go through, I will take you through a powerful visualization so you can really tap into what it is that you are here to do. And then we're going to do some energetic work to help you release any fears or blocks from your system is stopping you from feeling safe to go out there and do that. So if that is calling you, then I would love you to go and sign up for that. You'll get instant access to it. It's completely free to download. Enjoy, come and let me know what comes out of it. And if you know right now and you feel ready, you're like, I am all of those things that you talked about, Louise. I am here to lead a mission. I am here to own my psychic gifts. I am here to feel safe to be all of who I am. I know I'm here to disrupt. I know I'm here to lead a revolution. I know I'm here to create change. I know I'm here to make the systems that currently don't operate too well, do they? I'm here to make the systems work better, whether that's like the education system, food supply, how we treat mothers, how we do maternity and paternity leave, the healthcare system, like the family system, whatever it is for you. If you know you are here to disrupt and bring change and want some support to go through that in a way that really works for you and doesn't require the hustle, the pain, the sacrifice, and all of the stuff that we've been taught has to happen if we want to do anything great, and that really shifts the paradigm into one where you get to do your work in the world and be paid abundantly for it, and to have prosperity, and to have lots of time for yourself and time for your family and time for whatever it is that's important to you, and to do your big work in the world without burnout, like accessing your life force, accessing your vibrancy in a community, a small community of like-minded others who have got their own individual unique missions. Then check out my new mastermind, which is an 18-week hybrid one-on-one and group. So you get one-on-one and group support mastermind, which will also be in the show notes, Wealthy Witches, The Mission. This one literally channeled through me as the offer that I had to bring into the world when I decided to stop hiding and decided to be all of who I was and come to do my work in the world. This is my soul's work to help you feel ready to lead your mission. So there will be mindset work, there will be somatic work, there will be breath work, there will be activations, there will be energy work, and it's a very guided, curated process to get you in a place where you have the capacity to do what it is that you came here to do. You have the safety within your system to do it, but at the same time, you are harnessing the vibrancy, the limitlessness of your life so that you are living and loving your life in the process rather than trying to fit into the teeny tiny box. So again, if that resonates, check out the comments below. That group is limited to 8. Book a call to speak to me about joining. If it appeals, you'll find the link on the page. Because we want to make sure that it's a good fit, right? It's big advanced work, but it's not big advanced work for those of you who are ready. It's the perfect next step. So it's lovely to spend time with you today. I hope that helped. I would love to hear from you around like your view of the witch. Do you consider yourself to be a witch? Are you a closet witch who has been hiding in the background? Would you like to come and out yourself to me in a safe and confidential space? I am here for it, and I've been loving all the shares I've had on that so far. If the Magic of You workshop calls to you, sign up for free in the show notes. Wealthy Witches, yeah, I mean, it's a big ass program. And if it is calling for you, come and say hi and let's have a chat about it. Okay, I will see you next time. Stay witchy, my friends. It's the most innate, natural place for you. Lots of love. Bye.